has been fired. But understand the chaos and anarchy that has occurred in the Jets this year. Coach gone, GM gone, OC gone, DC gone, but the person who remains is this. It's Aaron Rodgers.
Ding, 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 ding.
James, that's your former teammate, big dog. So I will let you, sir, have the first word. Is all of this mess, all this chaos, all this drama, all of this nonsensical nonsense, is it Aaron Rodgers' fault?
Yeah, the answer's no. It's not Aaron Rodgers' fault. All of it is not Aaron Rodgers' fault. Obviously, it's a lot of people to blame. It's a lot of people at fault. Aaron Rodgers is at fault for some of it, the way he has been playing. But we can't sit up here and say this organization been run the right way, even when Aaron Rodgers was in Green Bay for 19 years.
That's true.
Right? So this organization was bad before Aaron Rodgers got there. Now, we did think Aaron Rodgers could come there and save this organization. Obviously, it's not going as planned. But I can't sit here and say it's all on Aaron Rodgers, right? Because lately we've seen the defense playing bad. We've seen a lot of drop balls that it turned into picks and all that for Aaron Rodgers. Has Aaron Rodgers been playing at an elite level? Not at all. But all of it on Aaron Rodgers? No. This is an organization from the GM to the coaches to the players all the way down. We've seen special teams be absolutely garbage. It is fault to go around for everybody. But the ball is in Aaron Rodgers' hands every single play. He could have saved some jobs if he would have played a little bit better because they would have a couple more wins, possibly could save some jobs. But when you're talking about all on Aaron Rodgers, absolutely not. This is not all on Aaron Rodgers. They wanted him to come in and save the day. Like I said, it's not going as planned, but I cannot say it is all on Aaron Rodgers. Everybody gets a piece of this pie.
That's how you start a show. Chase, what's up with it, man? What's up?
I like that. Is Jets mess all Aaron Rodgers' fault? No. In fact, I'd say very little of it is. This season will be the 14th straight season that the Jets have missed the playoffs. It's the longest drought in all North American sports. How many games has Rodgers played? 10,
11?
12, maybe? 12? And you're missing 14 straight seasons? The problem with me is Big Woody. Woody Johnson.
Big Woody, not the owner. Not the owner.
Big Woody. Woody Johnson. So this dysfunction stems from him. And there's a reason why they haven't made the playoffs in so long. And I just want to take you a little bit through a timeline of how Woody Johnson has sort of messed up this franchise step by step. Okay, so he fired Saleh without consulting anyone. It came out yesterday. He went rogue on him.
Wow.
Okay? Went rogue on him, okay? You like that. Also, last season, when they were trying to sign Bryce Huff to an extension, he jumped in and he blocked that extension. He said, no, let's not do it. He denied an Allen Lazard plus a day 2 pick trade for Jerry Jeudy from the Broncos last year. Doesn't this stuff sound like it should be the GM doing this and not the owners? He refused to negotiate Reddick's extension demands when he wanted them. He pushed for the Devontae Adams trade, Tyron Smith trade or signing, and Mike Williams trade because people on social media wanted it to happen.
It's never good.
He benched Tony Adams last weekend, the starting safety, against the staff's wishes. And most importantly, he tried to bench one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time after a rain-soaked 10-9 loss to the Denver Broncos.
Fresh off an Achilles.
Fresh off an Achilles. You played 4 games. And you're trying to bench one of the best players of all. Stop interfering with how your franchise is run. You hire people to do that for you. You are not a GM. You are not a head coach. Yes, you have the money. You hire those guys. Quit interfering. So it does not start with Aaron Rodgers. It starts and ends with Woody Johnson.
Starts and ends. Now that's how you give a take. Come on, now we on the same page.
That was pretty impressive.
That's my dog.
Some of the stuff that was nice. James, yours was kind of. That was nice though. That was nice. That was nice. Some of them a little bit. That was nice.
Kind of similar though.
So I'm just so real quick. You said
no.
Some of it was Aaron, and then you said more of the management. You said 0 of Aaron, right? Let me say. Yes. That is your question. Yes.
The answer is yes. It's all on Aaron.
I mean, 90% of it. 90% of it. So let's go break this down. So he gave you a timeline. Let me give you my own timeline. Okay, so like you talked about, the Jets been a bad franchise for a long time. So that's a lot of the ownership, the GM's ownership, that's all that. Cool. So you said, look, we don't go out here to Green Bay and get this Hall of Fame type quarterback, right? Super nice for the Packers, MVPs, et cetera. Super Bowl, we want him. He'll be the game changer.
Yeah.
I was all bought in. Cool.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Rodgers is really, really good. I think it's a good fit. Great defense. Some wide receivers, some running backs, it's going to work out. They go get him. And not only did they go get him, they had to sign some of his homeboys, right? So my mom used to say all the time when I was a kid, like 21 years old in the league, she said, don't bring the homies with you. Well, A-Rod did too.
Did,
so you get Lazar over there, right?
Check.
You get Randall Cobb.
Check.
Both of these dudes are cool because I like them. But other teams are not knocking on the door to get these guys in their building.
Not at that time. Yeah.
So we get that room, okay? Nathaniel Hackett had a great career with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
In Green Bay.
All right? You bring him to New York. Cool. So you got all your pieces, what you need.
Looks like a success.
Look like success. We get in the building, you look just like Zach Wilson. Because Zach Wilson actually, at this point, had more wins than Aaron Rodgers. So we did all this stuff.
What happened?
All these things
What happened?
to get you in the building. We get you there, and you don't give us nothing. And on top of that, you get Robert Saleh fired. He was on the defensive side, did well with the Niners, came to the Jets, had a good defense.
Yep.
He leaves, the defense gets worse. Am I making this up?
Not at all, sir.
So when you talk about Aaron Rodgers not having nothing to do with the fire or the bad year they're having, it has all to do with it. Because they brought you there to give us something that we're not getting. Actually, we're declining. And I thought the Jets couldn't get worse without Zach Wilson. I was wrong.
You was wrong.
So all I'm saying is I'm big on equity, and I'm big on players that go out there and earn it. For all these years, Aaron Rodgers has earned that type of love and respect. Now he's not playing like that. I gotta blame him for these things.
Ooh, that's good.
All of it.
So all I'm saying, and the 10% is the ownership. Give him everything.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'm gonna give Aaron Rodgers, when you got a guy like Aaron Rodgers that has this type of personality, because they're gonna run people the wrong way. But when you super nice, we overlook them interviews that how you are with blaming your teammates or you don't want to answer certain questions and you think you're the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
We overlook them things. But when you're in New York and the media is big, the spotlight is bright, and you're not producing, we're going to blame you for it, dog. I'm all about accountability, homie.
Oh, yeah, me too.
That's nice.
So
That's great.
That's how you give a take.
That's how you give a take.
that's happening.
Y'all out here giving takes. Hey, we out here giving takes this morning. So y'all know me by now, viewers at home. I talk about this all the time. Son of a pastor. I think the hardest question to answer, Chase, I don't know if you can relate, Shady, I don't know. One of the hardest questions you can relate as a religious person is like, hey, why does God cause bad things?
Yeah.
Right? You know, there's cancer in the world, there's tragedy in the world.
Live a life
There's
of
where it's
sin.
like, why?
We're living in a world of sin.
Right? Thank you. And it's
the
like,
book. I know the book.
and you finally realize, look, he doesn't necessarily cause them, but he allows them to happen.
Right.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers caused all this mess.
Gotcha.
But you better believe he allowed all of it to happen. If Rodgers would have played better, Saleh ain't getting fired. If Rodgers would have played better, Hackett's not getting demoted. If Rodgers would have played better, Douglas ain't out the door. If Rodgers would have played better, Ulbricht's not the head coach. I won't say that Rodgers fired all of these people, but you have to be certain that he allowed it all to happen with his play. Rodgers could have put an end to all of this family at home if Rodgers would have just been balling like he was supposed to from day one. Mind you, he got hurt last year. It wasn't my fault. You don't got to blame him. You can blame old age. But if Rodgers did not allow this to happen, the Jets wouldn't be in the position that they're in. So I won't suggest that it's all his fault, but we all sitting up here with 39 years of cumulative NFL experience can all agree Rodgers with his play allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing real quick, though?
I got a
And
question.
even that, like, the small little things that we overlooked because of Aaron Rodgers. Like, okay, I don't want to go to OTAs. I don't want to go to minicamp, right? I want to miss a day or
one day.
But whatever it is, I want to miss a day or two. It's like, okay, well, on the superstar Hall of Famers I played with, right? The
Travis Kelce.
the MVP type of guys, they're doing them things. Patrick Mahomes is not missing that. Tom Brady ain't even thinking about missing that. Michael Vick, he's not on Aaron Rodgers level. He ain't doing that. But you overlook it because of Aaron Rodgers. He's so good, he's so great. It's cool, whatever. What else? The retreats. You go on these dark retreats, and I don't know what you're doing on these dark retreats, but
We know what they're doing.
but it's a big thing. And like, okay, well, that's his thing, whatever. It's Aaron Rodgers. But we give you all this grace, and then we get to the field. I used to have this player, I won't say his name, in the Philadelphia Eagles, really, really good, right? And he could do whatever. When I got there, he was doing whatever he wanted. When we got to Sundays, I said, oh, that's why he can do whatever he wants, because he balls on Sundays. But then when he wasn't balling on Sundays, the coach was on him.
Problems.
And I said, hold up. Y'all create this monster.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But the team, they don't want to deal with it.
No doubt.
They get rid of him.
No, that's true. You got to ball to have them privileges.
Yes, sir.
Blank period. But is Aaron Rodgers the only one on the Jets team not balling?
No.
That's all.
No, not at all.
All they superstars players not balling right now, from Sauce to Garrett all the way down. Ain't none of them
Can't
playing
tackle.
the way they should be playing. None of them. The ball is in Aaron Rodgers' hands. He's not playing at the MVP Aaron Rodgers level. That is clear. But everybody on this team, from top to bottom, from offense to defense, is not playing at a high level, including the kickers and the special teamers. They not playing at a high level. If everybody was playing better, they would be winning. If Aaron Rodgers was making people around him better, they would be winning. That is all true. But you cannot sit here and put this all on Aaron Rodgers if everybody is not playing at a very, very high level. And that is not happening over there at the Jets.
Colorado,
Exactly.
let's get
Take
it.
one of them ones away, go from 11th to 1st.
Wow.
That's how good Deion Sanders and Colorado are right now. This is not just a story. This is not just talk. He actually has the substance to back it up. Shady, here's a question. I know Prime has denied it. We've heard this time after time after time. I'm happy where I am. A day later, they leave. A day later.
It's true.
Should the Cowboys be all in on Coach Prime?
Prime, come on, baby. We need you. The league needs you. You know why this is a great sell? First of all, let me go to his resume first before I get to why he'd be great in the NFL. In college, he goes to Jackson State. I don't know how good they were. They weren't where they were when he left, right? He goes to bad programs and he builds them up when he leaves, right? You look at Colorado. Nobody was talking about Colorado. They wasn't winning no games. Now look at him. He said, you better get me now. Get me now, but I'm telling y'all. When I get my boys here, I get my coaches in here, we're going to be winning games. What are they doing?
Yeah.
We talking about them potentially going into the playoffs at Colorado. Imagine Colorado being in the college playoffs.
I hope it happens.
It don't even make sense. Yeah. But he's that good of a coach and changing the culture on all the teams he's playing for that it's a realistic chance.
Yeah.
Let's go to the pros. We have so many times for the Cowboys where Michael Parsons, Diggs, Trayvon Diggs. Who was the other guy that had an issue with DeMarcus Lawrence? With some of the coaching, right? So I think Zimmer's a really good coach, but sometimes good coaches can't really understand players.
Yeah.
Andy Reid's a hell of a coach mentally, but he don't get enough credit for being able to adjust and relate to different players. Imagine a player having an issue with something in the locker room. You think he can't come to Coach Prime? Because guess what? He's been in your shoes.
Yeah.
He's been a superstar. Yeah. He's been there with me. Hey, I want to do this. Coach, you want to do that? How can we meet in the middle? So when you know that, like, that makes everything easier for the team, okay? I think another thing is, Dak Prescott always said this. I don't know if he's a really good player. I don't know if he's a really good player for the Cowboys. Meaning, I don't know if he could take the Cowboys to the next level where the Cowboys need to go. If he play for Jacksonville, the stuff he's doing in the regular season, 12 wins, that's okay. Not for Dallas. Yeah. You bring Deion in there, you bring his son in there, he changed the whole culture. Yeah. That's the next thing we'll talk about, the culture part of it. We're having a situation right now, we're going to talk about Trayvon Diggs and who was it? CeeDee Lamb in the club, right? At their loss. Deion's the perfect person to talk to them about this. Because they're going to understand. And every young kid playing the game want to be like Deion. On the field and off the field. He's the best choice for the Cowboys. And he already played there. All I'm saying is this. In free agency, we talked about the Cowboys didn't get enough players. They didn't get that. Well, before, I might have to pay this dude $20 million to get him to Dallas or whatever the team it is. But now with Deion, I'm like, hey, 16, 15 million. Because I want to play for Prime. Think about that, though. So, yes, I think the Cowboys is the right move for Deion Sanders. Coach Prime is doing a great job everywhere he goes. He'll do the same thing for Cowboys. Only thing I hate about this is...
What's that? Oh, not your Eagles.
He played my Eagles twice a year. And I'm going to cheer for my Eagles, but I'm definitely going to be cheering for Prime.
Yeah, that's well said. I think the Cowboys should go all in on Deion. I'll simplify it if I can. It's like, if you go all in on Deion, you no longer have to worry about artificially generating buzz, and Jerry can finally focus on winning. I worked for the Cowboys for 2 years after I retired. Jerry is focused on generating buzz. As a result, his attention is divided. He's not exclusively focused on winning. He's focused on being talked about by y'all and being talked about by us. But you don't have to worry about being talked about, because if you have Deion Sanders, the buzz will naturally generate itself. Now all you got to do, Jerry, is focus on winning, and you might start to win like you did back when Deion was a player for the Cowboys. Jerry Jones, remember, he said he was hoping there was a quarterback controversy 2 years back when Cooper Rush replaced Dak Prescott. Why? Because he wanted to be talked about. People suggest that he allowed CeeDee Lamb's deal to last longer than it should have. Why? Because he wanted to be talked about. Jerry has to make decisions that undermine the success of the team because they put money in his pocket based on being talked about. But if you acquire Deion Sanders, now we will talk about you inherently, so you don't have to focus on us talking about you artificially. Now, Jerry, you can focus on winning, and the Cowboys might actually win once again. Go all in on Deion, then we'll talk about you. You don't have to undermine the success of the team by generating buzz by doing stupid things. I think it's the best move for the Cowboys. Chase, what to say?
Best move? Yeah. Best move, too? Should the Cowboys be all in on Prime? Sure. Should Prime be all in on the Cowboys? Absolutely not. And I'm going to tell you for a couple different reasons. One, there's no way in this world where Dak Prescott's getting traded. $104 million of if traded dead cap, and he has a full no-trade clause. Prime's not getting his son to Dallas.
What you mean?
There's no way Shador's getting drafted to Dallas with that contract, okay? And another thing about it is I completely changed my answer sitting right here because you guys said some amazing stuff, and it's just like, I think about the legacy of Prime. Okay. The legacy of Prime, he's one of the best to ever do it at his position. Hall of Famer, and he's getting a lot of buzz.
The best. Yeah.
And he's getting a lot of buzz for what he's doing in Colorado. So his legacy right now is at an all-time high.
Sure.
You're not going to do that at Dallas. Dallas, the only thing they want is Super Bowls. Sure. If you make the playoffs and you're 12 wins, you're going to get fired.
Agreed.
Okay? Right. So I think Prime should be all in on the NFL because what I think Prime brings, player accountability. He's well respected in those circles. He's going to build an all-star staff, all those things. But if you go to Dallas, it's a lose-lose situation for you. You're not getting your son there, right? And I just don't think there's any way because of how bad the Cowboys franchise has been all around. You can say the wins in the regular season, but all around, I don't think it makes sense for Prime to go there. Now, I do think he should go to the NFL.
Let me suggest this. Based on everything I know, after I leave the show, we work every day 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. But on Saturdays, your boy works 9 a to 9 p covering college football.
Come on, man. True hustler.
I would suggest, Chase,
I'm a hustler.
It's harder to win. It's harder to do what Deion did at Colorado than what we'd be asking him to do at Dallas. No. I would suggest that. Here's why. Okay. Colorado, remember, had won one game the year before Deion Sanders got there. Now they are one win based upon scheduling from going to the Big 12 championship game. They won one game before he got there. Now they are one win away, assuming one other thing happens, from going to the Big 12 championship game. They're 2 wins away from going. It's a lock. They don't need no help at all. So what Deion did at Colorado was unthinkable. Yeah. We all know college football. We watch college football. So if I've already seen somebody do the impossible once. Colorado's had 8 coaches since, I think, 2006, including interims, and none of them have been able to do what Deion Sanders has done, or at least what he's on the trajectory to do. So if I've already seen him do the impossible once, Chase, why do you think it'd be hard to see him do the impossible again?
You know what doesn't exist in the NFL? The transfer portal.
That's what,
like they have 50 guys coming through. You know what exists in the NFL? 6-year contracts where you're stuck with guys. You can't just get rid of them.
Of course.
Like he did. And just
but you can draft them now, right?
And you can draft them.
And I'm sure Deion knows some talent.
Yeah. But it's way different when you got 50 guys coming in.
Exodus. You can't mass exodus.
Versus the NFL where they're pretty much stuck. You got your players.
This is my thing selfishly, right? Deion Sanders was built for college football. Deion Sanders is changing young men's lives. I don't even want to see Deion Sanders go to the pros. And he might go down that road a couple years from now. He might go down. But he's changing kids' lives in college football. When you get to the pros, people are in their own ways. You're really not changing people that's really making more money than you. Because as a head coach, it's a lot of people in the locker room making more money than you. You're really not changing people's lives. What Prime is doing at Colorado, he's changing young kids' lives. Just like Chase said, there is no transfer portal in the NFL. Not only that, you're coming to the Dallas Cowboys. You know why the Dallas Cowboys have been bad for years? Because the owner is not giving the head coach all of the team. He's not giving him, you have control to do everything. That is what Prime had at Jackson State. That is what Prime has at Colorado. I'm in control of this. I want to go get this dude in free agency. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. That is why he is really successful there. On top of him having a really good quarterback in his son and having Travis Hunter. He's not going to be able to have all control in Dallas. Jerry Jones has never done that. And just because it's Prime, he's not going to do that with Deion Sanders. So it's still going to be an uphill battle for him in Dallas on top of all that. Prime, it is a lot of coaches that were really good in college that came to the pros and was absolutely garbage.
Prime never been garbage and nothing.
I don't want him to even.
He ain't never done nothing. And another thing, just real quick. So, if Jerry Jones and the Cowboys reach out to Deion Sanders prime time, now we all know him from just being a great player and et cetera, and being a fan and having our own relationships with him. But Jerry knows him already. He knows when he went to San Fran to go get this dude who he really was. So you telling me he ain't gonna lay it all out for him? Because Prime just come here just because I gotta be here.
Lay it all out for him to get him? Sure.
What I'm saying is no, I want the power. You say he's not giving the power. I'm thinking like, you're talking about Deion.
Jerry.
Jerry has never
Hold
done
up.
that.
never
This,
done
first of all, I get that. Jerry ain't about to talk to no Garrett, what's his name?
Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett. He ain't coming to talk to him. He ain't talking to Mike McCarthy.
Understood.
You talking to Deion Sanders, though. So when you come approach me, you come, that swagger gonna be in the door, that aura gonna be in the door, you gonna talk to me the right way. Or we never have no conversation. Correct? We feel that, though. Because let's get this straight. Deion is not the other coaches, though.
The only one.
Talk to me however you want to talk. Jerry Jones is not giving up no power. He ain't gave it up in 85 years, however old the man is.
But to who, though?
The only
You get what I'm
one.
saying?
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.